Come we go buy banana down a soulless market. Take out the long, long thread bag before the higgler hawk it. Come we go down, come we go down, come we go down a soulless market. Come we go down, come we go down, figure buy banana. Some bunch have long, long finger, what a lovely banana. Some bunch have short, short finger, all the same banana. Come we go down, come we go down, come we go down a soulless market. Come we go down, figure buy banana.
Hello, friends. It's good to see you here. I see we have Amanda and Miles from Michigan. Great you're here. Welcome to my kitchen. Have a seat. And I'm glad you're here. This is Trad Chat. That is a series of streams which I present traditional folk songs. And let me know in the chats where you're dialing in from. I can see the chats whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, but I find it a little difficult to interact while I'm presenting. So if I miss one of your questions or comments, it's not intentional. So although I'm a singer-songwriter these days, my first love is traditional folk songs. And these are songs that have been shared from person to person, village to village, over many years and miles. And I don't claim to be an expert in old folk songs. I'm not a folklorist. I'm not an ethnomusicologist. I'm just an enthusiast. Frankly, I guess I'm doing this as a countermeasure to current events these days. I'm seeking a kind of musical comfort food. And I thought that revisiting some of the songs that I fell in love with as a young man would be one good way to do that. And it's working out that way. So I thought I'd do a few of these trad chats, and we'll see how it goes from there. Now, I recently came across a quote from Henry David Thoreau. I'll read it to you. It kind of fits my state of mind these days. It says, "When I hear music, I fear no danger. I am invulnerable. I see no foe. I am related to the earliest times and to the latest." End quote. Brother Henry, I'm right there with you. In this session, I will illustrate the folk process. And that's the process by which songs change over time and distance as they go from person to person. Now, I experience the folk process even in my own songs that I've written 20 years ago and I sing today differently. It's pretty common that I do that. Maybe the meaning has kind of been adjusted as I've gotten older, or, times have changed a little bit, or maybe I hurt my finger and I can't play that chord anymore, so I use different chords. And so things get adjusted over time. And so it's really easy to believe that as they go from person to person over many years, that they'll change sometimes a great deal, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. I mean, there are people with different life experiences, different skills with their instrument or with their voice, or different personal attitudes. So I'm going to illustrate the folk process by singing one song, how it changed over a period of about 150 years. And I owe a great deal of this presentation to this fellow, Sam Hinton. I met Sam Hinton in 1974 in a folk festival in Pennsylvania. And I knew after 5 minutes of listening to Sam that I wanted to be Sam Hinton when I grew up. Sam was a great folklorist, wonderful musician. I wanted to learn everything he knew how to do, but it would be impossible. I mean, he knew probably thousands of folk songs. The picture on the far left is the way Sam looked when I met him in 1974. And in the middle, that's Sam when he performed. It's a publicity shot when he performed with the Bowles vaudeville troupe in 1937. That thing in his mouth is a harmonica. He used to be able to play the harmonica without any hands while he would play other novelty, what he called novelty instruments, at the same time. Anyway, Sam taught me a song and sang several versions of a song called Springfield Mountain. Springfield Mountain is a song that some consider, a very early, maybe even the first indigenous American folk song. It's a song we could trace back to a specific incident at a specific time and place. Springfield Mountain was the town that is now known as Wilbraham, Massachusetts. Wilbraham is about an hour's drive west of where I'm sitting right now in the Boston area. And in Springfield Mountain, a young man named Timothy Myrick went out in his field to mow his father's hay, and he got bit by a rattlesnake, and he died. And after this tragic accident everybody knew about, and somebody wrote a song, and this is a photograph of Timothy Myrick's gravestone. And I'll read the inscription. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. So we know very well where this song came from and who it was about. The Myricks were very well known in the area. So this is the way it started out. On Springfield Mountain there did dwell a likely youth I knew full well, Lieutenant Myrick's only son, a likely lad scarce 21. One early morning this lad did go out in the meadow the field to mow. He scarce had mowed twice round the field, a poison serpent bit his heel. Soon as he felt the deathly wound, he laid his scythe upon the ground. Straightway for home was his intent, crying aloud still as he went. The neighbors round his calls did hear, none to him doth draw near. Thinking for workmen he did call, and so alone this lad did fall. In 1761, 'twas this sad accident was done. Let it be warning unto all to be prepared when God does call. Very puritanical moral at the end, be prepared when God does call. Such a sad song. I think the saddest verse in the whole song is the one where the neighbors round his calls did hear, but none to him doth draw near. Thinking for workmen he did call, and so alone this lad did fall. Oh, so sad. Oh, hi, Volkert. Good to see you online. Hi, Mary. Great to see you online, too. Thanks for joining me today. So believe it or not, this sad song was sung all throughout Wilbraham, Springfield Mountain, and the neighboring villages. It became sort of like a top 10 hit. People singing it all over the place. And before you knew it, it was being sung in the neighboring colonies. And as would happen, as it went from person to person and person to person, it kind of changed a little bit. And the intense sadness kind of wore thin for some, and they turned it into a bit of a comic song. I'll share one version with you now. I think I actually learned this version from Burl Ives. In this version, Timothy Myrick's name was changed to Johnny. And in this version, we're introduced to Johnny's sweetheart, Molly. Very simple, 2 chords. On Springfield Mountain there did dwell a likely lad I knew full well, Lieutenant Myrick's only son, a likely youth scarce 21. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. One early morning this lad did go out in the meadow the hay to mow. He scarce had mowed twice round the field, a pesky serpent bit his heel. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. Soon as he felt the deathly blow, he laid that pesky serpent low. And then he ran to his Molly dear, which made her feel so very queer. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. Oh, Johnny dear, why did you go out in the meadow the hay to mow? Oh, Molly dear, I thought you knowed when the hay gets ripe, it must be mowed. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. Now, back in the old days, they used to teach that if you got bit by a rattlesnake, the thing to do was have your companion take his or her knife and cut an X in the spot where the snake had bit and suck the poison blood out and spit it on the ground. Don't forget to spit it out. Now, that's not the way we teach to deal with snakes these days, but that's what they taught back then, and that's what Molly did. Now, Molly had 2 ruby lips, through which the poison she did sip. But Molly had a rotten tooth, and so the poison killed them both. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. And this version also has a moral. So all young men, this warning take, don't you get bit by no rattlesnake. And when in love, take care, don't pass too near to patches of tall grass. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. Now there's a more contemporary moral, which I prefer to sing. I don't know who wrote this. All young men, this warning take, don't you get bit by no rattlesnake. All young ladies, the warning's clear, go see your dentist twice a year. Right tooty nay, right tooty noo, right tooty nay, right tooty noo. Oh, and so this, was like the colonial hit of its day, and it went all over the colonies, and something like 100 years after that, in the late 1800s, Sam told me that there's this fellow by the name of Brother Jonathan. He's sort of a predecessor to Uncle Sam. He dressed all up, like Uncle Sam did, and he sang songs in the minstrels. And one of the songs he sang, because it was a big hit of the day, was Springfield Mountain. And he decided to make it his own. So this is the way that Brother Jonathan sang it. And now we still have Johnny is still Johnny, not Timothy Myrick, but Johnny. And Johnny's girlfriend is here, but instead of Molly, she's Sally. And I think I will play this with my harmonica. Now, back when I was young, of course, I knew about Bob Dylan and Woody Guthrie and how they had a harmonica holder and could play harmonica while they played guitar. So I wanted to do that too, and I couldn't find one in Pennsylvania, a harmonica holder. But I did find kind of a broken one, and so I borrowed one of my mother's coat hangers, and I borrowed it, and made this. And I still use this today. See if I can get this working here. C harmonica. So here is Brother Jonathan's version of Springfield Mountain, which is now called Rattlesnake Mountain. On Rattlesnake, me, my mountain, I did twee-why-twell. I heard a stee-sty story, and I'm gonna tee-tie-tell. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. About a nice young me-my man in the month of me-my-May went out in the fee-fi field for to mow his hee-hi-hay. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. Had not me my mowed around the fee-fi field, come a rattle copper snee-why snake, and he bit him in the hee-hi heel. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. He jumped up hee-why-hi, looked all a ree-ri round, closed his hee-why-eye as he fell to the gree-wi ground. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. There comes his girlfriend. He cried, little pea-by bird, go tell my G-Y gal I'm a rattlesnake pea-by bit, and it hurts like E-Y-L. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. So the little bird flee-fly-flew, spread the knee-why news, and here comes C-Y Sally without any she-why shoes. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. Johnny D-die dear, why did you geek-I go out in the fee-fi field? The hay for to me, my mo, come a roo-die-roo-die-roo. Oh, Sally D-die dear, thought you knew I knowed his pappy's he-why-hey. It's gotta be me, my mo, roo-die-roo-die-roo. So in this version, Sally sucks the poison blood out of his heel, but they both survive. Oh, Johnny D-die dear, I'll save your Leli life, that I might be your sweet little wee-why wife. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. She grabbed his Leli leg and made him squee-why squeal and sucked the poison blood right out of his he-why heel. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. Here we go! This one has a moral too. So all young me, my men, this warden tea-tie take, don't never get bee-by bit by a rattle-copper snee-why snake. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. When a rattlesnake bee-why bites, it hurts like a knee-why knife. When a woman bee-why bites, you're bit for the rest of your life. Roo-die-roo-die-roo. I'm a roo-die-roo-die-roo. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Leave a comment in the comments. So, like I say, this is my musical comfort food. I hope it brings you a smile and maybe reminds you of some old folk songs that you sang when you were younger or you sing now. I think I'll do another 3 or 4 more of these, but because the next 2 Wednesdays we're probably busy with other things, I'll skip the next 2 Wednesdays. That's Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and I'll come after that. And after I do a total of 4 or 5 of these sessions, I'll reevaluate to see if I want to keep it going. Maybe I'll invite a guest or 2. That would be nice. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Be kind to yourself. It's good to see several visitors here. It looks like we have a dozen, about 10 visitors. Thank you for signing. Leave a comment. Maybe you have a folk song you'd like me to sing. Thanks. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Sing an old song. Bye-bye.